वीणा
Requ-
पुस्तकधारिणी अभयदा जाड्यान्धकारापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्।
We all are blessed now. Let's proceed further on to the event. Today, we'll be felicitating students who have won the best e-posters and e-articles with a certificate. Their work will be showcased on the screen to encourage their creativity. So I request my audience to stay till the very end and support their fellow mates. Also, I would like to draw everyone's attention to fill the feedback form to get an e-certificate. The link for the same will be posted soon during the lecture in the chat box. If you have any questions during the lecture, please type them in the chat box and we'll take them up at the very end. Now, with utmost gratitude and honor, I will turn the time to Ma'am Dr. Namita Gandhi, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, and our convener to introduce the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dakshana. Respected Principal Sir, Professor Rajiv Agarwal, our distinguished speaker, Sri Rajesh Goyalji, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Aditya Saxena, DBT Star College Scheme Coordinator, Dr. Inderkant Singh, faculty members from the Department of Chemistry and other departments of our college, and dear students. Very warm welcome to all of you. In February 2020, we introduced the concept of Wall Magazine under the DBT Star College scheme for outreach and to basically develop the soft skills of the students. It was started as a platform for the students of chemistry honors and industrial chemistry to showcase their creativity, innovative ideas, and scientific writing skills in the form of articles and posters. It gave a platform to our students to sharpen their reading and writing skills and increase their interest towards the current events in the field of science and chemistry in particular. But suddenly the COVID crisis gripped us all and we were stuck. Then, with the permission of our principal, sir, and cooperation of teacher in charge, Dr. Sushila Singhal, our team of teacher coordinators and student coordinators released the first online edition of Reactive Magazine in August 2020. Switching to the digital mode was to keep the students engaged in the college activities in these uncertain times till the situation is normal and the college reopens. Students were asked to send their entries in the form of e-posters and e-articles. Since the time the concept of Wall magazine has started, we have got innovative posters and articles on various themes, which will be, of course, shortly shared with you all. But however, the teacher members thought that the maturity in writing skills is less and our students need guidance in technical writing skills. Moreover, in these times of blended teaching, new jobs are opening up that need content creators in the edutech sector. So, this new age skill based learning of technical writing is required for our students, which will help them even in their higher studies, along with the fact that they can pursue their career in this field as well. Thus, keeping this all in mind, Wall Magazine Reactive Team members proposed to start a lecture series on technical writing skills and its future prospects. And the objective of this lecture series is to encourage the students to explore this demanding field. We are happy to have with us our first speaker in the series, Sri Rajesh Goyal, former Director, DRDO, Ministry of Defense, and presently he is consultant, IDST DRDO, and member Board of Studies, MET. Through his lecture, I'm sure our students would be definitely benefited. Thank you all and welcome to this session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With due respect, I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Sushila Singhal, Associate Professor and currently the teacher in charge of Department of Chemistry, Deshbandhu College, to welcome the distinguished audience. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am, you're not audible.
Sushila ma'am, you have to unmute.
Oh, yeah. Good day to all participants. On behalf of Chemistry Department, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome today's lecture series program. Guest come speaker, Shri Rajesh Goyal ji, former Director DRDO, our Principal, Professor Rajiv Agarwal, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Aditya Saxena, DBT Star College Scheme Coordinator, Dr. Inderkant, Program Organizers, other colleagues and students. Under the aegis of DBT Star College Scheme, our department colleague, Dr. Namita Gandhi, with her team, started a project on Wall Magazine, Reactive. It's really a wonderful project which makes a bond between teachers and students through pen and paper. Under the same project, to motivate the students with awards and prizes, today's lecture series has been initiated with title Technical Writing Skills and Its Future Prospects. Today's guest, Shri Rajesh Goyal, will enlighten us on this theme, and the project convener, Dr. Namita Gandhi, she has already told about the Wall Magazine creative work. Now, without taking much time, I will request our principal sir for his kind words. Once again, I welcome you all. Principal sir, please, over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. A person known for his wisdom and knowledge. Our honorable principal, sir, Professor Rajiv Agarwal, sir, I request you to address the session. Over to you, sir. So please unmute yourself.
Yes, I was not able to unmute myself. Thank you, Dakshina. A very good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Deshbandhu College, first of all, I would like to welcome our esteemed guest for today, Mr. Rajesh Goyal. As introduced earlier, he was former Director, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRD. All my dear friends, the esteemed faculty members, and all the participants in the first lecture on technical writing skills and its future prospects, which is being organized by Wall Magazine Reactive, Department of Chemistry, Deshbandhu College, under the aegis of IQAC and DBT Star College Scheme. Today's lecture has been organized on a very required and desired topic, technical writing skills and its future aspects. Friends, technical writing is a type of writing where the author is writing about the particular subject that requires direction, instruction, or explanation. This style of writing has a very different purpose and different characteristics than other writing skills such as creative writing, academic writing, or business writing. It is an efficient and clear way of explaining something and how it works. Good technical writing should be concise, focused, easy to understand, free of errors, and audience-based. Technical writers focus on making their document as clear as possible, avoiding overly technical phrases and stylistic choices like passive voices. Regardless of the type of document which is written, technical writing requires the writer to follow the properties of knowing their audience, writing in a clear manner, non-personal style, and doing extensive research on the topic. By including these properties, the writer can create clear instruction and explanations for the reader. Of course, one needs to take care of the plagiarism as well. The author should cite any material if he is using from the other author or other researchers. A good technical writer can make a difficult task easy and quickly explain a complex piece of information. I hope our esteemed guest will enlighten us on all these aspects. In the end, I would like to congratulate and give my best wishes to the organizers of this program, the convener of the Wall Magazine Reactive, Dr. Namita Gandhi, teacher in charge, Department of Chemistry, Dr. Sushila Singhal, coordinator, DBT Star College Scheme, Dr. Indrakant Singh, our dynamic IQAC coordinator, Dr. Aditya Saxena, all the organizing committee members, all the faculty members of Department of Chemistry, and most of all above, our student coordinators of the department for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to extend my invitation to one of our most dedicated teacher, Sir Dr. Vivek Saxena, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, to say a few words and encourage the students. Over to you, sir.
First, I'd like to welcome our esteemed guest, Shri Rajesh Goyal, Dr. Principal, Rajiv Saxena, and my dear colleagues. Certainly, this session is for our dear students. I would like to say a few words to my students. Since more than 3 semesters, we have not come face to face to our students. It is very hard for us. We are all trying very hard to keep you updated with respect to learning. New classes will look a lot different. We are learning in new ways. We are all trying very hard to teach you by using all means we can. We are struggling very hard to keep you engaged with online learning, especially when isolated. Many of you must be experiencing stress, and because of this, you may give up or avoiding online classes and maybe end up playing video games. Adding to this, nowadays, the news are dominated by uncertainty and fear. The present time is very challenging. In these challenging times for learning, you may look up to us. For many of you, we may be your greatest champion. Even if we don't see you now face to face, we have to get in front of you and motivate you to learn through these trying times. IT technology has offered us a lot of tools to help us do this. Since we are not face to face with you, we don't know what situation is. Many of you must be seriously struggling, and we may not even know it. One may say that the world has changed a lot, but one thing has not changed, and that is our commitment to teach, to give you good education, to give you learning. It remains strong. We teachers know that it is challenging to work by yourself. You must be missing your classmates. You may also be missing your visit library, canteen, labs, and more, and even textbooks. I believe you are missing us too. Believe me, we are also missing you a lot. But remember, you are not alone. We are there for you for every step in the way. While you are with us, and also many of you may choose some of us to be your mentor afterward. While learning alone, you require self-discipline. Structure yourself with tenacity. You may be feeling isolated and easily distracted. Therefore, you certainly need ways to stay motivated. Each of you may be feeling it is very hard. And believe me, it is that hard for everyone. Sometimes you may have a bad day. Most importantly, keep yourself motivated. For this, you must learn to appreciate your success. All of you must assure yourself that you are smarter, braver than you imagine, and more determined than you realize. Each day, try to do a bit better than you did the day before. There is a saying that tough times never last, but tough people do. It takes courage to keep trying. Every step you take, every day, will move you closer to your goal. Believing you can will won you half the battle. In pursuit of this, you more you learn, more confident you will become. The biggest challenge will be staying focused and staying diligent about your learning. But always remember that it is only education that empowers you. With this, I want to say best of luck to each of you. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Thank you, sir, for motivating the students. Now, I would like to invite Professor Devanandan Kumar, sir, who has provided us immense guidance over the years to address the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dakshina. Very good afternoon to all and one and all present here. First of all, I would like to congratulate teacher in charge Dr. Susila, convener Dr. Namta Gandhi, and the entire organizing committee members for taking such an important topic for today's lecture. Technical writing, a skill, is an art. It needs to be refined as per the advancement in science and technology. For the students, it is essential to begin it at the earliest, as it is required in every field, including writing, speaking, etc. If someone knows correct answer to a question, but if he or she has not written it properly, then the student will not get good marks. As our principal, Professor Rajiv Agrawal, just pointed out in his own lecture, one can find good results in research, but if it is not presented nicely, then it can be underestimated. At the same time, he pointed out to just give reference or credit to a original thinker, original writer. So acknowledging them is also essential. The speaker for the today's lecture, Mr. Rajesh Goel, has an eminent expertise in technical writing skills. I hope the lecture will be highly beneficial for the benefits of students as well as faculty members. I am also eager to listen him because a teacher is always a student also. My best wishes for the success of the program. Thank you. Over to Dakshina.
Thank you, sir, for your wishes. Before listening to the much awaited talk of our speaker, I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Seema Lal to extend the invitation and introduce our eminent speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dakshina. Good afternoon, all. It's my honor to introduce our distinguished guest and eminent speaker of the day, Shri Rajesh Goel, sir, on the auspicious occasion of inauguration of Technical Writing Skills and its Future Prospects lecture series. Shri Rajesh Goel, sir, is presently functioning as consultant, Institute of Defense Scientist and Technologist, DRDO, and member of Board of Studies, MIT University. Sir is the former Director, Defense Research and Development Organization, Ministry of Defense. Prior to this, Sir was at Institute for System Studies and Analysis. Goel sir has done his post-graduation in statistics from Rajasthan University, Jaipur. He started his career in DRDO at Defense Institute of Psychological Research, Delhi in 1977, and later he moved to ISSA as Scientist B in 1984. At ISSA, Sir has made significant contribution in war games modeling, simulations, testing, and reliability. He has vast experience in training methods used by US Army by visiting US Army Combined Arms Centers, Command and General Staff College, National Simulation Center, National Training Center, Simulation Training and Instrumentation Command, and many more. As Project Director, Goel sir has provided technical and managerial leadership to the wargame team at ISSA and established first computerized facility for divisional level wargames and support to the Indian Army for wargame exercise at Wardeck under Army Training Command. Sir has made major contributions in 4 wargame products. As project coordinator, Goel sir has established the first war center at Headquarters Western Command for conducting divisional level training exercise in 2010. Shri Goyal sir has to his credit a number of internal reports and users guides for system configuration and wargame system. Sir is the life member of various professional societies and has published paper in national and international journals of repute. Sir has also presented papers and attended many international conferences in India and abroad. Goyal sir is professionally trained and mentoring for career mapping at Administrative Staff College of India, Hyderabad, and in the field of reliability by RAC Reliasoft USA in Singapore and Reliasoft Asia Private Limited in Chennai. Shri Rajesh Goyal sir is the recipient of DRDO Technology Award 1996 for development of Shatranj wargame software for the Indian Army and Lab Level Technology Group Award 2002 for his outstanding contributions for developing wargaming technology. List of his credentials is too vast to elaborate here, but by not taking much time, I would like to invite Sir Shri Rajesh Goyal. It's my privilege to invite you, sir. Please enlighten our young minds with your valuable words of wisdom. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
So please unmute yourself.
So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Principal Professor Rajiv Agrawal, Dr. Aditya Saxena, convener of this program, Dr. Namita Gandhi, coordinators, Dr. Shilpi, Dr. Deepti, Dr. Vaishali, and Dr. Seema, and student coordinator Shantanu, Shiva, Kalyani, Ayushi, Naina, and all presents in this talk. I would like to also welcome for this talk all the department teachers who are here, and the teacher in charge, Dr. Shushila. The first thing I would like to confess is I am not a teacher. I am not a good lecturer. By profession, I am a scientist. So far as the subject is concerned, I have the experience of this technical writing work in my DRDO for all the time I was doing the modeling, simulation, wargaming, and all this. And in most of the cases, documentation is very important. And for all these things, we have to write some technical documents for the project, for the team, for the user, and for all these things. To do this, there are various stages where you need the documentation of the different type of documents. We will discuss it, but today we will concentrate for the students, which the college department is publishing a wall magazine. It is a reactive. I don't know whether it is reactive or reactive. So that you have given his name as a reactive. So I think it is reactive is also good name. Anyway, students are normally invited for e-posters, e-articles, and e-slogans. These are the three things for which you are inviting all the students to contribute for your wall magazine. Now, so far as the three things are concerned, e-poster, let me elaborate a little bit more on this. E-poster is basically a creative writing. It is not a technical writing, because when we will come to our lecture topic, technical writing skills, we will discuss first the word technical, what technical means. Then only we can say what is technical writing, or whether you really require for your wall magazine a technical writing or a scientific writing or a creative writing. So basically you are inviting three things for this e-poster. E-poster is basically a creative writing. It is not a technical writing. And this is basically reverse engineering. If you see that when you are making a poster, so what you are doing, you are giving a thought process in your mind on the subject, what has been given to you. And then according to the subject, according to your thought process, what you are doing, you are putting it into a form of a picture, which can tell the story which you have already built in your mind. So through a poster, you are trying to convince the other person that what is in your mind. And so that is very important thing. If you really want to go through in this e-poster business, a really creative writing for this, the best way is you start writing your dreams. When you see a dream, think about it, what you have saw in the night. Then you can I use a mix of language? I think students are there.
Sure, sir.
हाँ हाँ, तो हम जो लोग सपना देखते हैं रात में, उसको अगर हम एक सुबह उठने के बाद याद करें, पहले सबसे पहला काम होगा कि you have to spend some time. So it means when you are making an e-poster, first thing is you have to spend some time on your thought process, what was in your mind. So when you have given a thought, when you recall your dream, you can do two things on it. First, you can write it in the bulleted form, what you saw, what it was, how it was happening, all these things. And then you can convert it into a picture. And then try to judge yourself first, whether what you want to convey about your dream is coming true in the picture form or not. Because this is a very good psychological test we are taking in our DRDO for selection of Army personnel officers. There you are being asked to write stories based on your poster, and they are trying to match whether how many persons can write the same type of story or same type of output through that picture. So for this, you need a creative writing skill. Then you are writing e-articles for this wall. E-article basically requires the knowledge of your core subject. Core subject means whatever topic has been given to you, you have to write on the basis of that only. So you have to concentrate on your core subject. Now, so far as your e-wall is concerned, as much as I know regarding the copyright rules, that you have to keep in mind always when you are writing for anywhere, whether it is for a magazine, whether it is for a publication, or whether it is for a research paper. The copyright acts are very strong now these days, and you have to follow copyright acts. But so far as your wall magazine is concerned, since it is neither for commercial use, nor it is for publication, and nor for any other purpose than educating others through your e-articles. So there is no such restriction of using all the materials available in the books, available in the journals, available on the web. You can use frequently and freely that information. It is basically, the concept is you are teaching or you are giving the idea to a person who is trying to understand the subject. But if the same thing you are going to publish in a reputed journal, then you have to follow the copyright rules. There are certain rules, what you can copy, what you cannot copy, what you can give, what you cannot give. And then certainly, even if you are using any material from the web or any material from the book, it is a very good practice to give credit to the person from where you have taken the material. So don't hesitate in giving the credits or giving the reference that these are the references from where I have made this subject matter in this. The third thing, you are encouraging a student to write e-slogan. So for e-slogan, there are very few things which you should know, and then you have to try and test whether it clicks or whether it doesn't clicks. So what it is the main crux of e-slogan is, first thing is you keep it short, focus on what makes you different from others. So because on the same subject, number of students will be writing the e-slogan, or I will say slogan to be published on eWall. So the main thing is how you are writing so that you will look different than the others. So that will give you a credit. And it should be a standalone. And when writing a slogan, the most important thing is who is my target audience, right? Suppose I have to write a slogan on a toothpaste, Colgate. Then who is my target audience that I have to see in the market? That is, Colgate is being used by all age groups, right? So any slogan that will be written should be understood by all age groups, all type of person, poor, rich, and all this. And it is for commercial purpose. So accordingly, we will write a slogan on that. So each slogan, different topics are being given to you, and you are being judged on the basis of this. Now, when you are trying to bring out your talent or your skill, because talent and skills are two different things. Talent is different than your skill. It reminds me a Hindi movie, Tare Zameen Par. I think everybody must have watched this movie, Tare Zameen Par. The main character of the movie, the boy was a talented boy. It was his inborn skill or talent, right? It was not a skill, it was a talent rather, which he got from God. So everything, whatever you got as when you are born, you are being given certain type of characteristics, certain type of habits, certain type of things that comes as a talent. So that character was very good in making pictures. Even when he was reading something on board, he was not reading what is being written by the teacher. Those words were dancing, and it was giving him a different type of feeling. That is what I can create out of it. So that was one thing. Now, if I ask you to give your introduction, right? My subject is, please give your introduction. It is the most difficult thing to give your introduction. See, you know yourself very well, right? But you don't know what introduction actually I need from you. So it depends who is asking. First question in my mind is, who is asking my introduction? Whether my principal is asking my introduction, so you will say, I am so and so, teaching in Department of Chemistry, right? If your neighbor asks your introduction, you will certainly, this introduction is not good. So this introduction was meant just for your principal. So you have to see that when you are writing or when you are giving or when you are telling somebody who is my audience, who is asking it, who is asking what, these are the things. Now, it reminds me two stories also. The first one is a boy was drawing a painting outside the church. So his father asked, "Boy, what are you drawing?" So he said, "I am drawing the picture of God." His father said, "But nobody knows how God looks. So how you are painting it?" So what he said, they will know when I finish this picture. So he was such a confident person that a person who or anybody who has not seen the God, when I will complete the picture, everybody will know who is God. So this is one thing. So we have to be very confident. That is what we are going to explain, and to whom. This boy was trying to explain to the person who were not aware how God looks, but he was so confident that my picture will convince them that is what God looks like. Then there is another story, very good story. It is, I think, from Chicken Soup for the Soul. And that story tells about the animals. See, there were animals in the jungle. और उन्होंने सोचा कि हम लोग आपस में सब लोग एक एक चीज कोई जानते हैं, तो क्यों ना हम एक स्कूल खोले इस जंगल में जिसमें हम कुछ चीजें पढ़ाया करेंगे। तो उन लोगों ने एक स्कूल खोला और स्कूल में उन्होंने 4 मेन सब्जेक्ट रखे। पहला सब्जेक्ट था रनिंग, दूसरा था क्लाइंबिंग, तीसरा था स्विमिंग और एक था फ्लाइंग। These were the subjects they made and asked every animal to join the classes. Now, what was the problem? Duck was very excellent in swimming, and rabbit was top in running, and squirrel was good in climbing the tree, and eagle was good in flying. But everybody has to take all the 4 subjects. Everybody has to write for everything. Everybody has to learn everything. So what happened? Duck, in trying to learn other things, that is climbing, flying, running, उसके अपने पंजे सारे टूट गए। उसको चलने में भी दिक्कत होने लगी। What to say about running? Because duck जो है वो स्विमिंग ही कर सकती है, तो उसको स्विमिंग ही करनी है क्योंकि वो उसी में एक्सेल कर सकती है। इसी तरह रैबिट जो था उसको रनिंग में बहुत अच्छा था, लेकिन उसको अगर क्लाइंब करने के लिए बोलेंगे, उसको फ्लाइंग के लिए बोलेंगे तो वो बेकार हो गया। इसी तरह स्क्वेरल थी, वो ही वाज टॉप इन रनिंग ऑन द ट्री, एकदम उस पर चढ़ जाती थी, लेकिन उसको कहा गया नहीं तुम्हें तो फ्लाइंग सीखनी है, तो उसको कहा गया कि तुम ऊपर पेड़ पे चढ़ो, ऊपर से कूदो, तो ऊपर से कूदी और वो मर गई, उसके चोट लग गई। तो एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर हुआ क्या? एट द एंड ऑफ ईयर हुआ ये कि जो सब चीजों में अपने अपने सब्जेक्ट में एक्सेल करते थे वो सब चीजों में मीडियोकर हो गए। So first thing is, when you are trying to do something, you have to find in which task you will be excellent, or you can do excel. Try to do in that. It is not necessary that you compete for everything. Competitions are good. Competitions are good to develop your skills also, but never expect that you will be the winner. So if you are trying to compete in competition where you are not that good, but in other things you are good, so try to do that also. I'm not saying, I'm not discouraging that don't do it, but accordingly you choose what you have to do and what is not your right. So you have to select it. Now we come to the today's thing. First thing is the term technical writing. I was a little bit confused when this topic I saw, the technical writing skill and its future prospect series. Its series is good, I'm not saying. Series is good, but so far as technical writing skills is concerned, for a student, technical writing is difficult. Technical writing, when we say, it means we are writing about some product, or we are writing something about the services or some processes. See, in DRDO, my main contribution was when we are developing the product. I used to write the documents for all the things. See, documentation is one thing which is lacking in younger generation. They don't want to write anything. The worst part is they don't want to write anything. You ask them, they will tell you. But if you will ask them to write something, it becomes a headache for them. So basically, when we say technical writing means what? Basically, when your principal was speaking, I thought he will be a very good speaker for one of the lecture for a series, because in very small paragraph or small words, In few words, she defined what exactly the technical writing means and what you can do or what you cannot do in technical writing. These are the things. So he is also a very good speaker. I can judge very quickly. So when we are doing the products in our DRDO and writing the technical documents for them, basically we are giving lectures also. I'm not that good in giving the lectures because they are what we do. We are giving or we are training our junior scientists in every week lecture about our product only. So what you have done or what knowledge you have, you are master in that. You don't have to study. You don't have to think much about that. What simply you can tell is how this product is working, what this product is, why we are developing it, and when we need it. These are the 4 things required for any technical writing work. That is, any technical document will answer you these 4 things only. That is who, what, why, and when. If you want answer for these things, you have to write all these things. If you see any product in the good industry practice is not completed until or unless it consists a user guide or quick reference guide. Quick reference guide, user guide are the 2 very good examples of technical document. These are called technical documents, where every product or every service or every process which you have to perform yourself. And if you want to understand about that, it gives you the solution for that. And it should be, or it could be in a poster form, it could be in a descriptive way, it could be in a bulleted form, it could be numbered 1 to 10. These are the things you have to perform to complete this task. So these are the things. So when we were doing our DRDO project, I'm sharing you my experience of writing these technical documents. So what are the steps when we are writing a technical document? Means we are developing a product, or we are developing a process, or we are developing some service to the user. And who is my user? My user is clearly the armed forces, Army, Navy, or the Air Force. These are the 4 persons. So I know who is my audience, how I will explain them, and what they will need it, and who will be using it, and when they will be using it, when they will be requiring it. So we normally do the technical documentation at 4 stages. First is the requirement document. That is when Army says, I need such and such product. So we would like to understand their requirement. We capture all these requirements into the requirement document in the form of a requirement document that is called what user wants. So this is your one technical document. How you will write it, we will come later on this also briefly. Briefly, we will come on those also. That is what actually is required in that and what you have to do in that. Then when you capture the requirement of the services or requirement of your user, then your next person who will be requiring this, a person who will be developing. So next technical document we have to write, that is the design document. How this requirement is to be converted into a product. So you need a design. Now design document normally is descriptive, also diagrammatically, also in the form of posters. What you say is poster. Poster is very important. We are having most of the products describing through posters. And I think 2 years back or 2.5 years back, DRDO lab from our agriculture, food technology field also put an exhibition in your college where mainly they put all the posters to show what the product is. There is no need to give the complete details and description of the product. You can, by reading that poster, you can see what this product is, how this has been prepared, who can use it, how to use it, where it can be used. All type of question that answers the poster. So the e-poster is a very good idea for wall magazines because it requires a lot of creativity, lot of thinking, and a lot of creative mind for making an e-poster. Then once design document is completed, we implement is how it will be implemented. We create test documents also. So that is also a technical document. So why I am telling all these documents are required. See, all these are technical documents. All this is technical writing. But one technical document will require another technical document, and another technical document may require the third technical document, totally different type for different audience. See, the requirement capturing was the first, and then the last one is the product that will come out of the requirement capturing to the product. So even in technical writing, there are many stages. So what is the important thing which I am trying to convey is, when you are writing a technical document, it again becomes very important. That is, for whom you are writing. See, the requirement document I was writing for myself. Audience was me. I wanted to understand. Because every technical writing requires for whom you are writing. Who will understand what? Otherwise, you will not be able to write anything. Any technical document you cannot write until or unless you know who is your audience and how it will be used and when it will be used. So finally, we give a user guide. User guide means how you will use this product. So that will be our final technical document. Similarly, if you see any website of the government or a services where आम पब्लिक को हम लोग सर्विस देते हैं, वहां पर एक सेक्शन आप जरूर पाएंगे अच्छी वेबसाइट्स पर FAQs, frequently asked question, because frequently asked question will also give the answer who, what, why, and when. So when you are writing these things, that is for whom it is, or who will use it, what it is, why you will use it, and when you will use it. All these answers are FAQ. So FAQ writing is also a technical writing. Why I am telling all these things is technical writing skills. When you are trying to learn technical writing, you have to read all these things. That is how the FAQs are written, how the user guides are written, how a poster is created for a product. You take any product in your house which is coming now these days, any product which is coming from China now these days is a very good example for displaying that how they are explaining how to assemble it, where it can give a problem and how to resolve it, right? So that is basically technical writing. Product is technical. So the word term technical refers to the knowledge that is not widespread. This is the knowledge which a particular person is having, and it is more the territory of an expert or a specialist. For any product, for any process, basically this is for the like scientists, engineers, or in the field of medicine. These are the experts, and they are having the expertise in this. So they will be able to write in this. See, in your case, you all are students of chemistry. It is very easy to write a chemical reaction in the form of an equation, is it? So does it involve any technical thing? Do you think something requires some technical knowledge in this? I think technical knowledge is only this, that what will come on the right hand side for a chemical reaction, what will come on the right hand side, and how both the sides are being balanced, right? So when you are teaching about a chemical equation to your students, or students are learning about the chemical equations, you are very clear that I have to tell the student that how you will write an equation so that it can represent a process, right? Every chemical reaction is explaining some process, some reaction process, and that becomes a thing. But this is a very simple form of technical writing in the form of chemistry. So we have talked about the talent and skill, right? Then skill, we know that you have to acquire. You have to put a lot of hard work in this. And today we will be talking about the skill and not the talent. Talent is something which is inborn, and skill is something which you have to learn. So basically, technical writing is nothing but a mix of writing skills. There are basically, we can categorize in 5 types of writing skills, which I will come later on, and I will take them very briefly on them. But if you want to write, what is the first rule to write? Because now we are coming to the business. That is, for magazine you have to write. So what is the first rule to write? See, this is the problem I am facing, that it is not interactive. We normally in our courses go more interactive, and because the interactive class learning is totally different than a lecture like on a web series. Anyway, so the first rule of writing, what comes to your mind when I say what is the first rule of writing? Think of yourself. The first rule of writing is very simple, very simple. First rule of writing is to write. अगर आप लिखेंगे ही नहीं तो आप कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते, ठीक है? यदि आप राइटिंग शुरू नहीं करेंगे तो आपको कोई स्किल सीखने की जरूरत नहीं, ठीक है? तो राइटिंग स्किल के लिए सबसे पहला रूल है कि आपको राइटिंग करनी है, और अगर आपने इस नियम को तोड़ दिया तो क्या होगा? आप लिखना नहीं सीख सकेंगे, ठीक है? तो सबसे पहला रूल तो राइटिंग का यह है कि यू हैव टू राइट। उसके बाद है कि जब भी हम कोई काम करना चाहते हैं या कोई काम स्टार्ट करते हैं तो हमारे दिमाग में एक पॉइंट्स आते हैं, लिस्ट आती है, ठीक है, कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए। तो इसी तरह राइटिंग का भी है कि हमें राइटिंग के लिए हम क्या करें। तो सबसे पहला चीज जो राइटिंग के लिए है वह है रीड एज मच एज यू कैन। सबसे पहले तो आप पढ़िए, अगर आप पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो लिख नहीं सकते हैं, ये निश्चित बात है, ठीक है? अगर मैं आपको ये कहूंगा कि आप एक ऐसे ताजमहल पे लिख दीजिए तो आप ताजमहल पे 5वें सेंटेंस के बाद रुक जाएंगे अगर आप ताजमहल के बारे में नहीं पढ़े होंगे, ठीक है? तो सबसे पहली चीज ये है कि आपको सबसे ज्यादा क्या करना है? पढ़ना है। जब तक उस सब्जेक्ट को आप पढ़ेंगे नहीं तब तक आप उस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर, चाहे वो क्रिएटिविटी क्रिएट करनी हो, चाहे वो आर्टिकल फॉर्म में लिखना हो, चाहे वो लेटर फॉर्म में लिखना हो, चाहे वो ईमेल में लिखना हो। अगर आप मुझको एक ईमेल भी करना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए भी आपको पहले पढ़ना पड़ेगा, सोचना पड़ेगा कि मैं क्या लिखूं क्या ना लिखूं। दूसरा चीज ये है कि स्टूडेंट्स हमारे, उनके लिए एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि आज की तारीख में जब मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा तो पढ़ने का 2 ही सोर्स हैं आज की तारीख में, बुक्स हैं और या फिर हमारा गूगल है, वेब है, वेब पे सब चीजें अवेलेबल हैं। तो उसके लिए प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि हमारे को एक इंग्लिश डिक्शनरी अपने साथ रखनी चाहिए। इंग्लिश डिक्शनरी रखने के दो फायदे होते हैं, क्योंकि जब हम किसी चीज को पढ़ते हैं और उसका मीनिंग वहीं पे देख लेते हैं तो हम कुछ कम समझ पाते हैं। लेकिन अगर हम इंग्लिश डिक्शनरी को जब खोल के उस वर्ड का मीनिंग देखते हैं तो 4 वर्ड हमारी नजरों से और जाते हैं जो कि सिमिलर हैं, क्योंकि हमारा जो मोटो होगा इस राइटिंग में वो क्या होगा, जिसको इसको हम मोटो कहिए या वो क्या कहती हैं स्लोगन कहिए, जस्ट राइट वर्ड्स टू से जस्ट राइट थिंग। So this is my slogan, e-slogan for this lecture is, you have to choose the right words to say just right thing. Then only you can progress in your writing skills. So keep your English dictionary. Third thing is, most of us are from Indian culture, Indian background. We are not very good. Most of the students, I will say, are from rural backgrounds also now these days. So they have to brush up your grammar also. Grammar is very important in writing. So you have to brush up your grammar also. This I am telling when you are writing something which is to be seen by the public. If you are writing notes for you, you write in any form, in any language, in any way. But if somebody else is going to judge you on the basis of your writing, then certainly you have to brush up your grammar also. And once you have finished your task, this is the to-do list for writing. I am telling to-do list for writing. So once you finished your, spelling check after and before writing also. If you have some word in your mind, check the spelling of that word. If it is very different than what normally you are writing, check the words spelling both the time after writing and before writing. Next thing is, keep a diary or pad with you. Always with you. When you are trying to write something, keep these things with you. These are very, very, very small things. Maybe looking you not very important, but these are the important things. If you will follow these 5-10 things, that is the to-do list, read these small points and think, then you can write anything you want. There is nothing that you cannot write if you follow these very simple tricks and things. Then keep a diary with you. Then always write in a bulleted form. Bulleted form. First draft is your bulleted form. Then learn how to make the sentences proper from the bulleted forms. Then how to elaborate that sentence and convert it into a paragraph. Then write the outline of the total write-up which you want, and then proceed for the writing this, right? And so far as writing is concerned, reading is concerned, the copyright acts should always be at the back of your mind. That is what you are taking, from where you are taking, to whom you have to give the credits for this in the form of references. Always give in the form of references. If you are taking word to word from somewhere, put them in quotes or put them a star and write in the reference that these are being taken from there. There is no harm in taking words from some other place and putting into your write-up. Now, when you are writing the first draft, when you have all those things with you, the first rule was start writing, right? So to start writing, I have already conveyed that first you spend some time, minimum 15 minutes, for writing a 2-page or 3-page article. If you want to write, I think for your this wall magazine, you may be taking 2 to 3 page write-up, that is 250 to 300 words. For 200 and 300 words, minimum you have to devote 15 to 20 minutes for your reading and making an outline. That is what you want to write. Then there is other problem which normally we Indians are facing, is that when we are talking or when we are writing in different language than our mother tongue, then it becomes a little problem. Why? Our brain is designed in such a way, and you can try yourself also right now also and later on also. Whatever you are speaking or whatever you are writing, you are always thinking in your mind in your mother tongue. This is a hard fact that we always think in our mother tongue, and then we try to translate it from our mother tongue to the language in which we are writing the article, whether it is English, whether it is French, whether it is German, or whether it is Chinese or anything, any language where you are writing, but you are always thinking in your mother language. So that is a problem. So what you can do, write whatever you want to elaborate in the form of sentence and in paragraph. First, you can write a small bullet in your mother tongue, so you will never forget, right? If your mother tongue is Bengali, you write in Bengali. If your mother tongue is Tamil, you write in Tamil. If your mother tongue is Haryanvi, write a sentence in Haryanvi. No matters, because it is for you to use. Audience is you, for elaborate your technical writing. So the main thing is, whatever you are thinking, you think in your mother tongue, write bullet forms in your mother tongue, then try to translate it, and then you write in detail, elaborate it, and this. Use adjectives and adverbs, right? Keep what is the intention of your writing in your mind, and don't judge your first draft, right? First draft will be too sketchy, too vague, to be understood by you only. First draft is never for anybody, but it is for you. So once you complete your first draft, then you go for this. Now, what does technical writing means? The term technical, as I explained earlier also, refers to the knowledge that is not widespread. It is the territory of experts and specialists. Technical writing explains how services, products, and processes work. As I told earlier also, हमें यही देखना है कि जो सर्विसेज हैं जो हम दे रहे हैं, जो प्रोडक्ट है या जो प्रोसेस है, वो किस तरह से काम करता है, उसको हमें देना है. इसके लिए क्या है कि आपको सब्जेक्ट के बारे में, प्रोडक्ट के बारे में और प्रोसेस के बारे में बहुत अच्छी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. देखिए, टेक्निकल राइटिंग जो सब्जेक्ट आपने चुना है, उसको मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूँ कि स्टूडेंट क्या है कि स्टूडेंट ना तो कोई प्रोडक्ट बना रहा है, ना ही कोई प्रोसेस को डेवलप कर रहा है, और ना ही किसी सर्विसेज को दे रहा है. वो तो अभी एक स्टूडेंट है जो कि पढ़ रहा है, तो उसको बेसिकली इस समय साइंटिफिक राइटिंग की ज्यादा जरूरत है. लेकिन टेक्निकल राइटिंग एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जो आज की तारीख में कोई भी इंडस्ट्री ऐसी नहीं है जहां पे टेक्निकल राइटर्स नहीं है. Either they are directly hiring technical writers for their product, for their services, and for their websites, and for all these, or they are taking it as a service from other technical writers' services. So technical writing is a very good area where you want, if you want to work, you can work in this area and you can take. So again, when you are writing the technical word, my slogan again comes, just write words to say right things, right? Then we have normally categorized all type of writing into 5 categories. They are basically narrative writing, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कथा लिखन, कथा लिखना है, कोई भी चीज हुई है उसके बारे में लिखना. इसके बारे में अभी अब और देख लेते हैं. दूसरा हमारा होता है डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग. डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग का मतलब ये है कि जो भी चीज आपने लिखी है उसको पूरा विवरण उसका दीजिए, ठीक है। देन इज परसुएसिव, मेरे को आपको कन्विंस करना है, मेरे को आपको सब बताना है, स्पष्ट बताना है, एकदम स्पष्ट लेखन जिसे कहते हैं ना, उसको कहते हैं परसुएसिव राइटिंग। देन हम कहते हैं एक एक्सप्लोरेटरी राइटिंग, मतलब उसमें पूरा वर्णन करिए हर एक चीज का, हर एक जो भी चीज हुई है उसका। एंड देन एक हम फिफ्थ फॉर्म में हम कह सकते हैं जिसको हम कहते हैं क्रिएटिव राइटिंग, राइट। अब क्या है, ये 5 जब कैटेगरी हमने कर दी तो फिर हमारी टेक्निकल राइटिंग कहाँ गई, राइट। तो हमें क्या है, बेसिकली पहले इन 5 राइटिंग्स के ऊपर फोकस करना है, और जब हम किसी फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट हो जाएंगे या स्पेशलिस्ट हो जाएंगे या हम किसी प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करेंगे, तो अपनी वो वाली नॉलेज को इन 5 प्रोसेस में जब डाल देंगे तो हमारा वो क्या निकल के आएगा, टेक्निकल राइटिंग। सो टेक्निकल राइटिंग इज नथिंग, इट्स वेरी सिंपल। You are expert in one field, you can write technical write-up in that field very nicely to explain to your audience. It may be a customer, it may be a user, it may be a teacher, it may be a organization where you need it. It may be a website. See, what website designers are doing? They are technically writing, they are collecting information, they are writing for the user, they are writing what audience, who will use it and all that. I think I have time now. So now let us discuss briefly about this technical writing. These are the 5 types of, very briefly I will tell, and I will try to give some example if I can give. First is the narrative writing. In this, you are sharing something that happens to a character, right? Now, narrative writing, suppose you met with a car accident. Unfortunately, you met with a car accident. Normally, what insurance company asks you to is narrate what happens, right? Or when police comes, they ask, right? Narrate what happens. So what you have to do in this is, in this, you have to tell the story, right? Complete story, what happens. In this story, you have to use different elements such as what is the plot, accident happens, who are the characters, you and the other person who met with the accident. Then setting, what has happened, how it was set, what is the conflict, what are the emotions, one is weeping, one is crying, so how best you can describe or how best you can narrate the story is, you have to select the facts which you are narrating, right? It is always true. Narrative writing is always a true writing. That has already happened. This is not going to happen. This is already happened. So that comes in a basically narrative writing. And this normally comes sometimes in short stories also, in memories when you are writing your Atmakatha, right? उसमें भी आपके काम आएगी narrative story, memories. आपको अगर creative essay लिखने हैं, उसमें भी आपको narrative writing काम में आएगी. आपको कोई feature stories देनी है, उसमें भी काम आएंगी. आपको अगर presentation and speeches देनी है, उसमें भी narrative काम में आएगी. ठीक है? Because this writing is also very commonly used in fiction and creative writing. Narrative writing is used in creative writing also, right? To make your story true stories, you will always need this creative writing. Next, we will let us have an idea about the descriptive writing. In this, we use all the 5 senses, that is sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. These all things are come in this. In this, what we are writing, descriptive writing, what we are writing, we are capturing every details of the place, persons, or the scene you are writing about, right? You are writing about something and you have to give descriptively. So every details उसकी जो होंगी वो आपको देनी है. इसमें goal क्या होता है हमारा? Goal is really immerse the reader, the experience of making them feel that they are like they are there, है ना? Descriptive writing हमारी ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि पढ़ने वाले को लगेगा कि वो तो वहीं present है scene पे. So a scene, what does that happen if you are writing it in that form? That comes in a descriptive writing. So you have to do this. Then you have to use all the 5 senses. आपने क्या देखा है, वहाँ पे क्या स्मेल कर रहा था, hearing मेरे को क्या क्या सुनाई दिया, टच करने से वो ऐसा लग रहा था, टेस्ट करने से अगर कोई चीज थी तो ऐसा लग रहा था. तो मतलब आप इसमें 5 अपने जो सेंस होते हैं उनको इसमें यूज करते हैं. और ये जो है आपको राइटिंग को एलिवेट करने के लिए, जिसमें डिस्क्रिप्शन ज्यादा देना होता है, उसको करने में आपको ये बहुत मदद करती है. सो डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग इज द सेकंड राइटिंग. नाउ if I use a very simple mathematical equation for this to define when we use descriptive writing is nothing but a creative writing, narrative writing. दोनों को हमने जोड़ दिया to build a scene and setting. That is your total narrative writing. Where we use these descriptive writing, poems, songs, and lyrics. These comes in the descriptive writing. Fiction, such as novels and short stories, describing a product or travel destination. Suppose you have gone to Goa and you want to write an essay on your visit, you will be needing a descriptive. You have to give the details, right? So on you have to write. Then next type of writing is persuasive. You have to convince somebody. So convince the reader your viewpoint or your idea. That is come under persuasive writing. What is the goal here? Goal here is share your opinion in a thoughtful way, or even better, or actually convincing the reader of a viewpoint or idea what you have. If you can convince your viewpoint or your idea through a discussion or a talk, certainly you can do it by writing also, right? That is, what is your viewpoint on such and such topic? You can always write, you can convince. That comes as a persuasive writing. So these are the different forms of writing. For persuasive writing, what you will need? You will need statistical evidences, data you will need, what are the hard facts, informal evidence such as personal experience or some interview, this you will need. You will need testimonial evidences, right? And some textual evidences such as passages from a book or a primary source, right? Because you have to convince somebody. So you are using data, you are taking some facts from the books, from the known literature, reputed journals. From there you are taking and you are writing a persuasive writing. When we are using it, essays, speeches, presentation, then sales writing, cover letter, letter for recommendations, all these will be requiring a persuasive writing. When you are writing a letter for recommendation, what recommendation you will give if you cannot pursue a person, right? Because you are giving a recommendation letter to somebody who will be using it. So the text should be like that, that the other person who will be reading is getting a clear idea about you. Then our next is, जिसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं वर्णनात्मक लेख. खूब वर्णन करना है बारे में, उसके बारे में. मतलब ये है कि एक्सपोजिटरी राइटिंग में you have to explain a subject or inform about a particular topic area, right? So far we were discussing on a very wide scale and wide topics and wide all. Now we are coming to some particular topic and particular area where we are using it. And in this, think about the classics of my 4 words: who, what, why, when, how these questions are being answered. This comes in this. So here you can go in details, tell each and everything, how this will happen, what this will do, why this will happen, and when this will happen. In this, doing all this, because see, this is also to understand for the customer. So don't use any jargons, avoid jargons in this. And overly technical language also you have to avoid. Overly technical language, don't use technical language, because एक आम आदमी के लिए, मान लीजिए मुझे लिखना है FAQs में, FAQs is a technical writing, how to make your ration card or how to make your voter ID card. This is being used by 70-80% by the poor population. They are not literate even, but they would like to learn from you. तो आप जब उनके उत्तर दे रही हैं तो उसमें अगर आप जार्गन करेंगे और पीपल को कंफ्यूज करेंगे तो वो नहीं आएगी. तो उसको आप छोड़ दीजिए, साइंटिफिक राइटिंग के लिए छोड़ दीजिए. जार्गन वहां यूज करिए, खूब करिए, वहां पे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. वहां पे कंफ्यूज भी कर सकते हैं आप लोगों को, है ना. कई बार जरूरत पड़ती है कंफ्यूज करने की भी, तो यू कैन यूज इट देयर आल्सो. एंड इन दिस आल्सो जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, कीप योर इमोशंस एंड ओपिनियंस अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट आउट ऑफ इट. व्हेन यू आर डिस्क्राइबिंग समथिंग, हियर योर ओपिनियन एंड इमोशंस, नहीं मेरे को तो इससे इतना प्यार है कि भी मैं तो इसके बारे में अच्छे ही शब्द बोलूंगी, है ना, या अच्छे ही शब्द कहूंगा, वो गलत है ना. मान लीजिए कि आपको एक प्रोडक्ट है कोई, वो आईफोन है, मान लीजिए आईफोन इतना पसंद है कि आप उसके बारे में अपनी जो ओपिनियन है और अपने जो इमोशंस हैं उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए उस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में लिखेंगे, तो वो प्रोडक्ट अच्छा नहीं होता है ना. प्रोडक्ट हमेशा वही अच्छा होता है जो कि आपके इमोशंस को, और आपको एक बड़ा अच्छा एग्जाम्पल इसमें मैं देता हूँ, जहां पे कि एक बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, और सच्ची कथा है, सच्चा राइटअप है, जो घटना हुई उसको डिस्क्राइब किया गया है, लेकिन उसमें एक चीज जो ये यहाँ पे नहीं होनी चाहिए वहां पे है. वर्णनात्मक राइटिंग है, सच्ची घटना है, उसको डिस्क्राइब भी किया है, लेकिन वहां पे दोनों चीजें रखी गई हैं, इमोशंस एंड ओपिनियन. क्या आपके दिमाग में कोई चीज आती है? ये है तुलसीदास की रचित रामायण, ठीक है. वहां पे वो राम के लिए भक्त थे, उसमें सारी उनकी ओपिनियन जो है वो राम के फेवर में थी. तो उन्होंने वहां पे वो चीजें लिखी नहीं जो उनको अच्छी नहीं लगी, है ना. लेकिन वो एक बहुत अच्छा वर्णनात्मक लेख है राम के चरित्र का, और हम लोग उससे सब सीखते भी हैं. वो हमारा एक अच्छा हिंदू ग्रंथ भी है, हम उसको पसंद भी करते हैं, हम उसको सुनना भी चाहते हैं, और हम दूसरों से भी सुनना चाहते हैं. लेकिन उस ग्रंथ में एक जो कमी कहेंगे हम, वो यही है कि उसमें तुलसीदास जी के इमोशंस उसमें डले हुए हैं. इसीलिए वाल्मीकि रामायण को कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि ये हमारा मुख्य ग्रंथ है. देखिए, ये भी सब जो राइटिंग है, इनमें हर तरह की राइटिंग है. वेदों में अगर आप जाएंगे तो वहाँ टेक्निकल राइटिंग है, सारी संस्कृत में है, लेकिन सारा टेक्निकल है. वहां पे चारों सब तरह की विद्याओं को, चाहे वो चिकित्सा विज्ञान हो, चाहे वो हमारा आज का मॉडर्न साइंस हो, चाहे वो हमारे रहने के ढंग हो, चाहे वो हमारा धर्म हो, सबके बारे में बहुत अच्छा टेक्निकल डॉक्यूमेंट टाइप लिखे हैं. वो टेक्निकल डॉक्यूमेंट इसलिए हैं क्योंकि उनको हम यूज करते हैं. वो बड़े अच्छे एग्जाम्पल, ये बहुत अच्छे अच्छे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं और हमको इन्हीं से सीखना चाहिए कि हम इनको लिखें कैसे, है ना। अगर आप वाल्मीकि रामायण और रामचरितमानस दोनों को देखेंगे तो आपको ये पता चल जाएगा कि जब मैं अपने इमोशंस को और ओपिनियन को एक राइटअप में डाल देता हूं तो, और जब नहीं डालता हूं तो दोनों में कितना फर्क आ जाता है। एक ही कथा है, एक ही चरित्र है जिसके बारे में दोनों में वर्णन है, लेकिन दोनों अलग अलग हैं। तो हमें, जब हमें वर्णनात्मक एक्सप्लोरेटरी राइटिंग लिखनी है तो हमें अपने इमोशंस को और ओपिनियंस को क्या करना है, एक दरकिनार कर दीजिए, तब आप इसको लिख पाएंगे। और इसको तरीके और ये सब तो काफी चीजें मैंने इसमें आपको डिस्कस कर ही ली हैं, ठीक है। अब नेक्स्ट हमारी आती है क्रिएटिव राइटिंग, जिसको कि हम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कहते हैं। और अगर आपको क्रिएटिव राइटिंग सीखनी है तो जैसा मैंने सबसे पहले कहा था कि आप इसको अपने ड्रीम राइटिंग से सबसे अच्छा सीख सकते हैं, क्योंकि ड्रीम राइटिंग जो है वो पिक्चर में भी लिखेंगे, आप स्टोरी में भी लिखेंगे, इट इज ए रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग। आप ध्यान दीजिए, आप एक पिक्चर देखे हैं रात को, राइट, और उसके बारे में अब आपको लिखना है, तो इट इज ए रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग ऑफ पोस्टर मेकिंग। पोस्टर मेकिंग इज व्हाट यू नो यू आर depict in picture, and in this you have picture, you have to convert into a descriptive writing, a creative writing. Here is your creation, how, what you can do. In creative writing, really you have to break the rules, right? Anything you can't do creative if you will follow some rule. So break the rules. You break the rules. You cannot put certain rules and ask me to do something creative. Like in our profession, when we are doing research, in your profession also, when you are doing research and you are doing research in certain topic, and if certain conditions are put on you, what research you will do? You want, right? So similarly, when we are developing a product, we are developing product from free mind. There are no rules. We will not follow any rule when we want to do something creative. So goal of creative writing is really to find new ways to tell stories, right? ये कोई पुरानी चीज है या पुराना प्रोडक्ट है, उसके ऊपर भी आप एक क्रिएटिव राइटिंग लिख सकते हैं to find new ways to tell the new story. पुरानी को भी लिख सकते हैं, उसको और क्रिएटिव बना सकते हैं। नॉर्मली फिल्म मेकिंग क्या होती है, फिल्म मेकिंग में क्रिएटिव राइटिंग बहुत ज्यादा है। They take a plot from somebody and then they do the creativity, and they do the creativity in the form of videos, memories. Similarly, in creative writing, you can use the multimedia elements, right? Pictures, posters, you can use everything. And this is really for you to experiment with your craft. So with these 5 brief type of writing, I finished my this. But if you really want to know how to write, just start writing, just start think, just pen down your points, think in your mother tongue, give a descriptive sentence to each bullet, and then form a paragraph. After forming a paragraph, you convert into an article. Don't judge your first draft. Just read it, read it, read it. Correct it, correct it, correct it. Ask somebody to read it and suggest. Critics are very good for your good writing, right? If somebody is critical for judging you, just give your article to him, right? So he will give you better ideas. So with this, I finish my talk, but I will suggest you organize one lecture from your principal, and he can enlighten very good on this subject also. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you, sir, for explaining such a technical topic in a very simple manner. and giving interesting examples. Thank you so much, sir. Now, with due courtesy, I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Deepti Gupta to take up the questionnaire session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dakshina. Am I audible? The session is open for any question answers. Thank you, sir, for such an elaborative speech, your lecture. And the session is open for question and answers. If anyone has any questions from the faculty members, we can unmute them. And sir, from the chat box, we can see a lot of appreciation for your lecture. Very nicely explained, wonderful session, very informative session. And only the questions which are relevant to the talk, I would be picking up only those questions. Though there are some questions related to recruitment in DRDO, so we are not going into that. So, sir, is there anyone from the faculty members who would like to put up any question? Otherwise, I am certainly going to ask a question.
Go ahead, Deepti.
Okay, sir. After listening to such a descriptive talk, I would like to know a little more details about the future prospects. Although you have already told us that in industries they are asking for technical writers for writing the user guides, for writing their technical items for the product and designs. But is there any like in DRDO or any organization who is specifically recruiting technical writers, or what future prospects or career prospects are there for the students?
See, the career prospects for technical writers is only in the industries. The industry directly also recruits the technical writers, but it requires a lot of training. First, they will give you the training, and then, or sometimes what they do, they recruit it for some different purpose. They trained you on their product, process, or services, and they make you as a technical writer. This is another way of developing a technical writer within the industry. And there are certain companies specifically doing this technical writing work for small organization, big organization. Like DRDO is taking help of certain technical writers also, right? Where the technical writers, see, in DRDO, we are mainly the scientists. We are from our different streams. And when we are writing suppose a technical or developing a product, so we need technical documents for that. Sometimes we may be very good in our subject, or we may be good in knowledge, or we may be good in developing, but we are very poor in writing technical documents. There are say 50 labs, and everywhere getting a technical writer is a difficult task. So we are hiring the technical writers from the industry itself, because there are some particular companies which are doing this task only. They are writing technical documents for others. So we normally hire this.
Thank you, sir. So for official vote of thanks, I would start with a quote that and any event is incomplete without acknowledging the efforts which have been there behind the organization of the event. So to start with, obviously, I would like on behalf of the whole Department of Chemistry and the entire team of students, entire team of faculty members, and the audience, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our speaker, Shri Rajesh Goel sir, for giving an excellent coverage and justice to the topic of the lecture series. Sir, thank you for taking out your precious time at such a short notice. Sir has explained so much in this 1 hour that I made 3 pages of notes, and I was also making the notes. And I would like to appreciate one thing, that without any PPT, without any chalk and board, he has explained each and every parameter of technical writing, and he has told us the difference between technical writing, scientific writing, and creative writing skills in a very explicit manner. So what an eloquent speaker you are, sir, and you explain in a very easy, lucid manner, giving daily life examples to to the students, and your talk was very much student centric, and not and you gave us a slogan for our lecture series, and I really love that slogan, that just right words to say right things. What a lovely thought behind it. So thank you, sir, for giving us your time and for spending this evening with us. And after that, I would like to extend my vote of thanks to the coordinator, DVT, Dr. IK Singh.
Dipti, sorry to intervene. Let us first proceed with the certificates.
Sorry, ma'am.
Let us first proceed with the certificates. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
There is no doubt that creativity is the most important human resource of all. Without creativity, there would be no progress, and we would be forever repeating the same patterns. On that note, I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Vaishali Thakaral to showcase the creativity of the participants and felicitate the winners with an e-certificate. Over to you, ma'am.
Sorry, actually, I was not able to unmute. There was
No
some
issues, no
technical
issues.
thing. Yeah. So, is my screen visible?
Yes, Vaishali.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dakshina. So, first of all, thank you so much, Rajesh sir, for such an interesting and relevant session. Indeed, you know, the session was very useful, especially for our students, but it was no less useful for us, the teachers as well. So thank you so much, sir. It will be really helpful in any of our future endeavors. So now, in August 2020, we started with the first online edition of our wall magazine, Reactive, with the theme on online education. So that time we were thinking that this phase of e-education will go, but this topic is relevant until now. What creative ideas? Let us have a glimpse of the articles and posters which the students had sent to us. Next, the themes were related to the positives of the lockdown about the clean environment and air pollution post-lockdown. So here is a glimpse of the articles which we used to receive, and it was really nice to read and analyze those articles. It was a really nice time. Such topics were introduced to keep our students in a positive mindset amidst the uncertainties going around. So these were the cleaner environment. So next topic in January was green cosmetics. And we will see how nicely the students explain the concepts through beautiful posters and articles. It shows that our younger generation understands their responsibility towards the nature and health. We really appreciate all the handwork done by the students. So next was a contemporary topic of the future of electric vehicles in India. Students nicely put up their ideas and of course the advantages of losing electric vehicles. They expressed their views through posters and lengthy articles. We really appreciate the hard work of all the students. Last month, the topic was on the global scenario of biofuels. Look at the beautiful posters with equally beautiful messages. A big applaud for all the participants. So the team behind this wall magazine, the student coordinators, and the committee members. So I also take the opportunity to present the certificates to the winners of the year 2020-2021 for the excellent work for the wall magazine Reactive. So here I announce all the winners, each for each month. So for August 2020, for the topic, Impact of Online Education in the Unprecedented Times of COVID-19, the first prize for e-article goes to Gaurav Singh Chauhan from BSc program IC third semester. And the first prize for e-poster making competition goes to Ayush Bisht from BSc program IC third semester. The second prize goes to Chilana Kalyani from BSc Honors Chemistry third semester. Congratulations. For the month of September, the first prize goes to Shantanu Kaushik for contributing an excellent e-poster. He is from BSc Honors Chemistry third semester. The topic of the month was COVID-19 lockdown, blessing in disguise for a cleaner environment. Next, for the month of November, Palak Bhatt from BSc IC first semester secured the first position for e-poster making competition on the topic air pollution post COVID-19 lockdown. Congratulations. For the month of January, for the topic green cosmetics, the first position for e-article competition was awarded to Akash Kumar from BSc IC fourth semester. Then Shantanu Kaushik from BSc Honors Chemistry fourth semester is awarded first prize in e-poster making competition. As we had just seen, the poster was very beautifully done by him. Next, so now the second prize for e-poster goes to Sonali from BSc program IC fourth semester. And the third prize goes to Chandan Panda of BSc Honors Chemistry fourth semester for e-poster making competition. So again, congratulations to all the winners. So now we come to the month of March, the topic being Future of Electric Vehicles in India. The first position for e-article competition goes to Pranjal Srivastav from BSc program IC fourth semester. Then again, Shantanu Kaushik of BSc Honors Chemistry fourth semester received the first position in the e-poster. The second position is awarded to Abhinay of BSc program IC fourth semester in the e-poster, and the third position goes to Sonali of BSc IC fourth semester. So heartiest congratulations to all of you. So lastly, in the month of June, after the COVID lockdown, the topic global scenario of biofuels, we have the following winners. The first prize goes to Digvijay Singh Chauhan from BSc IC second semester for the e-article making competition. Appreciation certificates also go to Palak Pal from IC sixth semester and Harshita Sharma from IC second semester for their participation in the e-poster making competition. All this for the edition of the Wall magazine Reactive in the last year 2020-2021. So here I request Dr. Shilpi Khurana ma'am to please present a token of appreciation to our hardworking student coordinators of the Wall magazine Reactive. Over to you, Shilpi ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes,
yes.
ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to announce the appreciation certificates to our students coordinators who worked really hard and contributed so much to this Wall magazine Reactive, a great success. Nena, BSc program Applied Physical Sciences, Industrial Chemistry, fourth semester. Shantanu Kaushik, BSc Honors Chemistry, fourth semester. Chilala Kalyani, BSc Honors, 4th semester. Shiva Priyanshi, BSc Honors, Chemistry. Ayush Sharma, BSc Program Applied Physical Sciences, Industrial Chemistry, 4th semester. And special mention to Dakshina Singh and Atulya Rajvanshi for organizing this event and making this event a great success. So congratulations everyone and best wishes to all of you.
Many congratulations to all of you. So over to you, Dakshina.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once again, congratulations to the winners and everyone who participated. Now, I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Madhuri Goyal, the senior most faculty member, Department of Chemistry, to bless the winners and the student participants. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Dakshina. I've been in the session throughout from the very beginning. I enjoyed each part of it, and especially the kind of work our students have done in the pandemic time. This is actually commendable work done by our faculty members as well as by the students. So all of you really are actually a big applause to all of you for the effort you have done throughout. And so far as you are saying blessings, so see the blessings are there from the teachers to all the students, from seniors to all the colleagues, always. Okay, so my blessings definitely are there for every one of you, and I wish आप लोग आगे भी खूब काम कीजिए, अच्छे से काम कीजिए. ओके, और मैं हमेशा जब भी मैं इंटरैक्टिव मोड में भी होती हूँ तब भी मैं यही बात कहती हूँ कि वॉट एवर यू डू, आप उसमें एक चीज जरूर ऐड कीजिए और वो है ऑनेस्टी. आप कोई भी काम अगर ऑनेस्टी के साथ में करेंगे तो इट विल डेफिनेटली गिव यू सम गुड रिजल्ट्स आल्सो. ओके, सो ट्राई करने के लिए तो पूरी जिंदगी पड़ी है. आज हम लोग इस एज में भी आके वी हैव टू लर्न ए लॉट. सो लर्निंग हैज नो एज बार, नो टाइम. So we have to learn all the time, but what we require is that whatever we are doing, we should have a way of doing, conviction for doing the right kind of work and with honesty. जब हम इतना करेंगे तो results will always be good. So again, my blessings to all the students, all my faculty members, and congratulations for such a commendable work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. Towards the end, I would like to invite Ma'am Deepti Gupta to give the formal vote of thanks to the faculty members. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dakshina. Thank you, Madhuri ma'am, for such nice words. So, as I have already said, that an event is incomplete without acknowledging the efforts of the faculty and the students involved. I would like to say that we are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of dedicated and motivated colleagues and students who know their job and are result oriented. And with this, I would also like to thank our speaker, sir, Dr. Shri Rajesh Goyal, sir, for giving us such a nice talk in a very different manner. And in the starting itself, he had told us that he is not a lecturer, he is a scientist. But I would like to say, after hearing to this talk, he's a wonderful lecturer, sir. I must say that you gave a very good lecture. When I could make 3 pages of notes, I must say that it was a very good lecture. And I'm sure that students have already gained a lot of technical points from your talk. Well, on behalf of the whole Department of Chemistry, students, faculty members, and audience, I would like to extend vote of thanks to the coordinator, DPT Star College Scheme, Dr. I.K. Singh, coordinator, IQAC, Dr. Aditya Saxena sir, to our teacher in charge, Dr. Sushila Singhal ma'am, and to our very lovely convener, Dr. Namita Gandhi ma'am, for conceptualizing this wall magazine idea and for giving us the platform to go ahead with this series of lectures. And in the end, last but not least, I would like to thank our principal sir, who gave us enormous cooperation in organizing this event. I hope the session has inspired many students to expose their creative side, and they are now they now know where to look around for technical writing jobs, and at least they have an idea. And we would be looking forward to other lectures in the series that where we can focus upon and on the other areas as well. Well, in the end, I would like to end with a quote that writing to me is simply thinking through my fingers. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for lovely evening, for the very informative evening we all had. And thank you, students, for listening to all of us. And I would like to just share my screen with the last slide. Dakshina, can you allow me to share my screen?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I can hear you, but
Is my screen visible?
no, ma'am, your screen isn't visible.
Okay, just let me.
Yeah, ma'am, now it is.
So I wanted to end this with this slide that I need to start thinking about writing now and actually write something. As our speaker sir had already said that now it's time to write something. The first step to write for a technical writing or any kind of writing is to write. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Dakshina, over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. To go through this amazing lecture once again, you can kindly visit the Deshbandhu College YouTube channel. Also, the feedback form has been posted in the chat window. Everyone is requested to fill it before leaving the meeting room. It will help us improve ourselves, and also e-certificate will be issued on that basis only. Now, I request you all to stand up for the national anthem.